Hey guys, tonight we drift into the star-dusted sands of ancient Sumer, where clay tablets whisper secrets of Mars' hidden cities. Picture yourself in a desert night, 4,000 years ago. The air cool and sharp, stars blazing above a silent city of mud brick ziggurats. You're standing on a rooftop, the Euphrates River glinting nearby, and a priest's torch flickers as he traces constellations that seem to point beyond Earth. This mystery might keep you awake with wonder, but don't worry, it's designed to send you drifting off. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop a comment with your city and time. I'm curious where you're listening from tonight. Maybe it's 3:42 p.m. in the Bangkok, like me. Now, dim the lights for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You're in Uruk, 3000 BCE, the heart of Sumerian civilization, where scribes etch stories into soft clay under starlight. The historical fact is undeniable. Sumerians were among the first to develop writing, cuneiform, around 3100 BCE, recording everything from trade to celestial observations. Their tablets, found in modern Iraq, show they tracked planets like Mars with startling precision. Here's your convincing evidence. A tablet from the reign of King Shulgi, circa 2100 BCE, describes red wanderers in the sky, a clear reference to Mars' reddish hue. You're picturing it now, aren't you? A scribe, stylus in hand, capturing the cosmos while you yawn. Now, for a quirky tidbit. Some fringe theorists claim Sumerian tablets depict Martian cities, complete with canals and towers, as if they had a cosmic Zoom call. Imagine that. A Sumerian sci-fi novel etched in clay, probably with better plot twists than your last binge watch. Scientists still argue whether these tablets describe myths or actual observations, but the detail in their star charts keeps the debate alive. You're standing there, the desert breeze brushing your face, the stars above pulsing like they're trying to tell you something. The Sumerians called Mars Nergal, their god of fire and war, a red beacon in the night sky. Let's linger on that image. You're gazing at Mars, a rusty dot that feels alive, watching you back. Sumerian astronomers, perched on ziggurats, used naked-eye observations to map its path, their calculations rivaling modern telescopes. A modern aside, NASA's rovers keep finding odd shapes on Mars, rocks that look like ruins, shadows that hint at structure. Makes you wonder if the Sumerians saw something we're only now catching up to. Here's a light jab. Maybe Mars is just the universe's abandoned Airbnb, left empty by a long-gone civilization. You're smiling, the torchlight flickering, the clay tablets heavy with secrets. Feel the sand under your feet, the night air cool and still. The Sumerians didn't just watch the sky. They wove it into their lives, their gods, their stories. You're holding a tablet now. It's cuneiform, wedges like a code you're too sleepy to crack. Remember that red wanderer from Shulgi's time? It wasn't just a planet. It was a story, a mystery they passed down through generations. You're swaying now, the stars blurring, the desert's quiet hum pulling you deeper. Here's another jab. If the Sumerians mapped Mars, they probably had better GPS than your phone's spotty signal. You're chuckling, the ziggurat shadow stretching across the sand, inviting you to climb higher. Scientists still argue whether Sumerian astronomy was purely practical or touched the mystical, but those tablets feel like a bridge to something bigger. You're drifting, aren't you? The idea of Martian cities, etched in clay, isn't just a conspiracy. It's a lullaby, rocking you gently. The Sumerians saw something in that red star, something that made them pause, just like you're pausing now, your eyelids heavier. Here's one last jab. Maybe Mars is just waiting for us to remember its address. The night sky is endless, the stars whispering, and you're ready to climb that ziggurat, to see what the Sumerians saw, to dream of cities beyond the stars, The desert air wraps around you, cool and heavy, as you climb the worn steps of a Sumerian ziggurat, its mud brick edges softened by time. The stars above burn brighter, Mars a red ember winking like it knows you're coming. You're not just a wanderer now. You're stepping into a ritual, joining ancient priests who gazed at the heavens, their chants weaving tales of Martian cities into the night. The ziggurat's peak feels alive, a stage where the cosmos and Earth meet, and you're right there, the torchlight flickering, the Euphrates murmuring below. Your breath slows, matching the rhythm of a story older than the sands. Let's anchor this with a historical fact. Sumerian ziggurats, built as early as 3000 BCE, were not just temples, but observatories. Their high platforms used to track celestial bodies like Mars. Here's your convincing evidence. A cuneiform tablet from the city of Nippur, dated to 1800 BCE, under priest king Enlil-bani, records precise movements of Nergal, Mars, noting its cycles with eerie accuracy. You're standing at the ziggurat summit now, aren't you? Feeling the weight of those ancient eyes on the red planet? It's enough to make your thoughts drift, soft and hazy. Now, for a quirky tidbit, some fringe scholars swear Sumerian rituals involved star mirrors, polished obsidian used to commune with Martian spirits. Picture that, a priest holding a gleaming black stone, chatting with Martians like it's an ancient FaceTime call. Scientists still argue whether these rituals were purely symbolic or based on actual astronomical events. But the obsession with Mars keeps the mystery simmering. You're swaying with the night breeze, the ziggurat stone cool under your feet, the stars above pulsing like a cosmic heartbeat, pulling you deeper into the tale. Imagine yourself at the ziggurat's peak, a clay altar before you, etched with star patterns. The priests, in robes of indigo and saffron, chant softly, their voices blending with the wind. You're holding a reed stylus, tracing the path of Mars in your mind, its red glow brighter than the torches below. A modern aside, NASA's Perseverance rover, rolling across Mars today, keeps spotting odd formations, curved rocks, strange ridges that spark whispers of ruins. It's like the Sumerians left us a map we're too sleepy to read. Here's a light jab. Maybe Mars was their summer home, and they forgot to leave the keys. Feel the ziggurat's height, the world, below tiny and distant, the stars close enough to touch. The Sumerians believed Mars was tied to their gods, a fiery messenger carrying secrets across the sky. You're picturing their rituals now, offerings of barley, incense curling upward, all to honor that red star. Remember King Shulgi's tablet from earlier, with its red wanderer? That wasn't just astronomy. It was reverence, a belief that Mars held answers. You're wondering if they saw cities there, towers glinting under a dusty sky, or if it was all a dream they etched into clay. Here's another jab. If the Sumerians contacted Mars, their Wi-Fi was probably faster than yours. You're smiling, the torchlight dancing, the priest's chants fading into a soothing hum. Fringe texts claim these rituals opened gates to other worlds, with Mars as the key. You're imagining a portal now, shimmering above the ziggurat, its edges glowing like the planet itself. The priest's obsidian mirrors, polished to a glassy sheen, reflect Mars's light, and you're caught in its glow, your thoughts softening. Scientists still argue whether these mirrors were tools or talismans, but the Sumerians' focus on Mars feels too precise to be mere myth. Now, picture the desert stretching endlessly below, the ziggurat a lone sentinel under the stars. The priest's chants grow quieter, their words a lullaby you can't quite grasp. You're leaning against the altar, the stone warm from the day's heat, Mars burning brighter above. Those Nippur tablets, with Enlil-bani's name, weren't just records. They were stories, dreams of a red world that felt alive. You're drifting now, the ziggurat steady beneath you, the stars blurring into a soft glow. Here's one last jab. Maybe Mars is just shy, hiding its cities until we're ready to visit. The night's embrace is gentle, the cosmos whispering, and you're ready to climb higher, to dream closer to the stars. The ziggurat's shadow stretches long across the desert, its peak now a memory as you kneel beside a Sumerian scribe, the air thick with the scent of clay and dust. Your fingers brush a freshly etched tablet, its cuneiform wedges sharp under torchlight, telling tales of Martian landscapes that feel too vivid to be mere myth. You're not just in Uruk anymore. You're deciphering secrets, tracing glyphs that hint at cities on a red planet, their towers lost to time. The stars above pulse softly, Mars a fiery beacon, and the night wraps you in a calm that feels ancient, like the earth itself is breathing with you. Let's ground this with a historical fact. Sumerian scribes, active around 2500 BCE, created thousands of cuneiform tablets, many detailing astronomical observations preserved in the ruins of cities like Ur. Here's your convincing evidence. A tablet from Lagash, inscribed circa 2000 BCE by scribe Gudea, describes Nergal's land, a red realm with rivers of stone, eerily similar to Mars' dry riverbeds seen by modern rovers. You're holding that tablet now, aren't you? Its weight heavy with secrets, making your eyelids droop as the story unfolds. Now, for a quirky tidbit, some fringe theorists claim Sumerian glyphs show Martian canals, not rivers, as if they saw irrigation systems through cosmic binoculars. Picture that, a Sumerian sketch of Martian plumbing, probably with better flow than your last apartment's pipes. Scientists still argue whether these tablets reflect myths or distant observations, but the precision of Gudea's descriptions keeps the debate alive. You're swaying with a desert breeze, the torch's glow flickering, the tablet's wedges like a map to a world you're too sleepy to reach. Imagine yourself in a scribe's workshop, clay tablets stacked around you, the air cool and still. The scribe, in a russet robe, presses his stylus with care, each wedge a story of Mars, its red plains, its shadowed valleys. A modern aside, NASA's Curiosity rover, since 2012, has photographed Martian features that look like ruins, curved stones, angular shadows that echo these ancient descriptions. It's like the Sumerians left us a cosmic postcard we're only now reading. Here's a light jab. Maybe Mars cities had better urban planning than your hometown's traffic jams. Feel the clay under your fingertips, its surface smooth yet gritty, holding secrets older than the stars. The Sumerians didn't just record Mars. They revered it, calling it Nergal's domain, a place of power and mystery. You're picturing their world now, mud brick homes, bustling markets, and priests gazing skyward, all tied to that red dot above. Remember Enlil-Bani's tablet from earlier, tracking Mars cycles? Gudea's work builds on that, describing a land of red dust with features too specific to dismiss. You're wondering if they saw something real, a city shimmering under Martian skies, or if it was a dream etched in clay. Here's another jab. If the Sumerians mapped Mars, they probably had better star charts than your GPS app. You're smiling, the torchlight softening, the scribe's steady hands guiding you deeper into the story. Fringe accounts suggest these tablets weren't just records, but instructions, maps to a lost world. You're tracing a glyph now, its shape like a tower or a canal, and it feels alive, glowing faintly under the stars. Scientists still argue whether these descriptions were poetic or precise, but the tablet's detail, rivers, mountains, a red horizon, feels too vivid for mere metaphor. Now, picture the workshop's quiet, the only sound the scribe's stylus, and the distant hum of the desert. The tablet in your hands tells of a great city, under Mars's sky, its walls gleaming like bronze. You're sinking deeper, the clay's cool touch grounding you, the stars above blurring. Those Lagash tablets, with Gudea's name, aren't just artifacts. They're whispers from a time when Mars felt close, reachable. You're drifting now. The scribes work a lullaby, each glyph a step toward sleep. Here's one last jab. Maybe Mars cities are just napping, waiting for us to knock. The night's embrace is soft, the tablet heavy, and you're ready to decipher more, to dream of red sands and hidden cities. The desert night hums softly, the scribe's workshop fading as you stand among Sumerian priest astronomers, their eyes fixed on Mars's red glow high above. You're on a ziggurat's platform, the air sharp with incense, the Euphrates glinting below like a silver thread. Torches cast flickering shadows. And you're not just watching the stars. You're joining these ancient stargazers, their chants weaving Mars into tales of lost civilizations. The red planet feels close, almost touchable, its secrets tugging at your thoughts like a gentle tide. You're swaying, the cosmos whispering, ready to sink deeper into this dreamy tale. Let's anchor this with a historical fact. Sumerian priest astronomers, active around 2500 BCE, used ziggurats as observatories, meticulously charting planets like Mars to guide rituals and agriculture. Here's your convincing evidence. A cuneiform tablet from Ur, inscribed circa 1900 BCE by High Priestess Enheduanna, describes Nergal's fire crossing the sky, noting its position with precision that aligns with Mars' retrograde motion. You're standing beside her now, aren't you? Her saffron robe glowing in the torchlight, her gaze locked on that red star? It's enough to make your breath slow, your mind drifting. Now, for a quirky tidbit. Some fringe theorists claim Sumerian priests used sky stones to channel Martian visions, as if they had cosmic walkie-talkies. Picture that. A priest clutching a polished stone, tuning into Mars like it's an ancient radio station with better reception than your car's FM. Scientists still argue whether these observations were purely astronomical or tied to mystical beliefs. But Enheduanna's detailed records keep the mystery alive. You're leaning against the ziggurat's railing, the stars above pulsing, the priest's chants blending with the night's calm, pulling you deeper into the story. Imagine yourself among these astronomers, their reed pens scratching clay, mapping Mars' path across a sky so clear it feels like glass. The priests, in indigo cloaks, point to Nergal, their voices low and rhythmic, singing of a red world with cities of stone. A modern aside, NASA's 2020 Perseverance images show Martian craters and ridges that look eerily like ruins, sparking debates that echo these ancient tales. It's like the Sumerians were sketching what we're only now seeing. Here's a light jab. Maybe Mars' civilization had better stargazers than your last astronomy class. Feel the ziggurat stone under your feet, cool and solid, grounding you as the stars spin above. The Sumerians saw Mars, not just as a planet but as a god, a keeper of secrets. You're picturing their rituals now, offerings of dates and barley, incense curling toward that red glow. Remember Gudea's tablet from earlier, with its rivers of stone? Enheduanna's records add to that, describing a red land where towers touch the sky. You're wondering if they saw something real, a city shimmering under Martian dust, or if it was a vision born of starlight and faith. Here's another jab. If Sumerians talked to Mars, their signal was probably clearer than your Zoom calls. You're smiling, the torchlight softening, the priest's chants a soothing hum. Fringe accounts suggest these priests didn't just observe Mars but sought it, believing it held the key to a lost world. You're holding a skystone now, its surface smooth, reflecting Mars' faint red glow. It feels alive, warm in your hand, like a whisper from another world. Scientists still argue whether these stones were tools or talismans, but the Sumerians' focus on Mars feels too deliberate to dismiss. Now, Picture the ziggurat bathed in moonlight, the priests' voices fading into the desert's quiet. Mars burns brighter, its light a beacon you can't look away from. And Hedwana's tablet, with its precise calculations, isn't just a record. It's a bridge to a time when Mars felt alive, a home to cities we've yet to find. You're sinking deeper, the stone warm in your hand, the stars blurring into a soft glow. Here's one last jab. Maybe Mars is just playing hard to get, hiding its cities until we're ready. The night's embrace is gentle, the ziggurat steady, and you're ready to gaze longer, to dream of red worlds and ancient eyes. The ziggurat stone fades beneath you, and now you're walking across a vast red plain, the Martian dust soft under your feet, the sky above a strange, rusty twilight. The air is thin, almost silent, but it hums with the echo of Sumerian chants, as if their voices reach this far, whispering of hidden cities. You're not just dreaming now. You're drifting through Mars' ancient landscapes, pondering tales of a civilization that might have thrived here, etched into clay by hands long gone. The stars glimmer faintly, and Mars' red sands stretch endless, lulling you into a calm that feels otherworldly, like the planet itself is cradling you to sleep. Let's anchor this with a historical fact. Sumerian mythology, dating back to 3000 BCE, often linked celestial bodies like Mars to divine realms, describing them as homes of gods with cities of light. Here's your convincing evidence. A tablet from the city of Sippar, inscribed circa 1850 BCE by scribe Nabu-Mukenapli, describes Nergal's Red Garden, a place of stone rivers and shining towers, eerily matching Mars' volcanic plains seen by modern orbiters. You're standing in that garden now, aren't you? The red dust swirling gently, making your eyelids heavy as the story unfolds. Now, for a quirky tidbit. Some fringe theorists claim Sumerians dreamed of Martian cities via cosmic trances, as if they napped their way to interplanetary travel. Picture that. A Sumerian priest dozing off and waking up with Martian city blueprints, probably with better Wi-Fi than your local cafe. Scientists still argue whether these descriptions were symbolic or based on some lost knowledge. But Nabu-Mukanapli's vivid imagery keeps the mystery glowing. You're swaying in the Martian breeze, the red sands warm, the distant stars a soft lullaby pulling you deeper into the tale. Imagine yourself tracing a path through the dust, your fingers brushing stone formations that look like crumbled walls, their edges softened by eons. The Sumerians saw Mars as Nergal's domain, a fiery god ruling a land of wonder. A modern aside, NASA's 2021 Ingenuity drone captured images of Martian rocks that look like arches, sparking whispers of ancient structures. It's like the Sumerians left us a cosmic riddle we're too sleepy to solve. Here's a light jab. Maybe Mars cities had better zoning laws than your neighborhood's endless construction. Feel the red dust between your toes, the air cool and still, Mars' horizon stretching like a dream you can't quite grasp. The Sumerian stories, etched on Sippar's tablets, weren't just myths. They were visions, dreams of a red world alive with possibility. Remember Enheduanna's Nergal's fire from earlier? Nabu-Mukanapli's Red Garden adds to it, painting a world of canals and towers under a starlit sky. You're wondering if they saw this place, if their priests stood here in spirit, gazing at cities we've yet to find. The sands shift softly, inviting you to rest. Here's another jab. If Mars had cities, they probably had better stargazing parties than your last rooftop hangout. You're smiling, the dust settling, the stars above fading into a gentle glow. Fringe tales suggest Sumerian shamans used rituals to visit Mars, their minds crossing the cosmos. You're picturing it now, a priest's trance, his spirit soaring over red plains, seeing towers gleam under twin moons. Scientists still argue whether these stories were poetic or prophetic, but the tablet's details, rivers, mountains, shining cities, feel too real to dismiss. You're sinking deeper, the sands warm, your thoughts softening. Now, picture Mars's sky darkening, its moons, Phobos and Deimos, tiny specks watching over you. The tablet's words linger, Nabu-Mukinoply's shining towers, a whisper in your mind. You're lying in the dust now, the ground soft, the stars a blanket above. Here's one last jab. Maybe Mars is just napping, its cities waiting for us to dream them awake. The night's embrace is warm, the red sands steady, and you're ready to drift into sleep, carried by Sumerian tales. The Martian dust settles, its red glow fading into a soft, warm haze. You're no longer walking, you're floating, weightless, the stars above stretching into a gentle, endless sea. The Sumerian stories, tablets, chants, visions of cities, wrap around you like a lullaby, their whispers blending with the cosmos hum. Your breath slows, each exhale softer, the red plains dissolving into a dream. Mars isn't a puzzle to solve tonight. It's a cradle, rocking you gently. The towers, the canals, the starlit gardens, they're safe, waiting in the universe's quiet corners. Let your thoughts drift, your eyelids grow heavy, the stars blurring into a warm glow. Sleep is near, its embrace kind and certain. Rest now, dreamer, and let Mars' ancient secrets sing you to peace.